2 goals in the final 5 minutes gave Wimborne a well-deserved 2-1 win over Swindon Supermarine here at Cuthbury, Bartercard Cuthbury Stadium this afternoon. Steve Cuss made a couple of changes to the team that had a well-earned 1-1 draw with Taunton on Easter Monday. Franklin Clark came in for Louis Kellaway, and Matt Kemble came in for Luke Stone, who wasn't available today. And Wimborne made a good start, and as early as the 2nd minute, Mark Gamble had a sight of goal, but his volley was well saved. On 17 minutes, Sam Griffin found himself clear, but with an acute angle, and the keeper blocked his shot with his feet. Wimborne well on top at this stage. Matt Kemble just offside in a good position on 26 minutes. And then on 30 minutes, Matt Kemble did ever so well to get into position for a cross from Mark Gamble, but he just missed the header, and the danger was cleared. Swindon Supermarine weren't completely out of it at this stage though. On 39 minutes, a really good move from them, best move of the game probably up till that point, ended with a header over the bar. And then on 41 minutes, a super move from Wimborne Town, and Mark Gamble slipped to, I think, Franklin Clark, and when the ball came back from Franklin, there was Mark, but the keeper did ever so well again to block it. And then 2 minutes from half-time, a long-range effort from Swindon's Chris Taylor just cleared the bar. So 0-0 at half-time, an entertaining half despite the bumpy pitch, and we could really have done with quite a lot of rain here in the last couple of weeks, and there's hardly been any. Second half started off in the same vein as the first. Franklin Clark, who was having a super game, hit a snapshot just past the post on 47 minutes. And then 2 minutes later, Mark Gamble was put through in the inside right channel, and his shot across the keeper just cleared the far post. Steve Cuss brought Luke Holmes on 57 minutes for Matt Kemble, and it was pretty much all Wimborne at this stage. James Stokoe's volley was safely gathered by the keeper on the hour mark, and then a minute later Franklin Clark hit the bar, and then a minute later from the resulting corner the ball came through to Franklin, and his shot was well saved by Swindon keeper Sam Worrell, who I must say had a tremendous game today. On 68 minutes, Franklin Clark again was set free, and he cut back to Luke Holmes, and Luke's very strong shot was palmed out by Worrell in goal. But then on 69 minutes, a breakaway by the away side, and there was Luke Hopper up front to slot the ball past Jason Harville to make it 1-0 for the visitors. Wimborne now up against it, and that goal set them back quite a bit and gave Swindon a bit of hope, and for the next 15 minutes it was a pretty even game. On 84 minutes, Franklin Clark screwed a shot wide after James Stokoe, who had moved up front at this stage, passed it to him. And then on 86 minutes, a John Blake header was won in the penalty area. It was going away from Mark Gamble. He turned, launched himself in the air and equalised with a superb overhead kick. I mean, you won't see a better goal at this level anywhere this season. The game was heading for a 1-1 draw, which was the least that Wimborne deserved, and then on the 91st minute, Luke Holmes picked the ball up about 40 yards out in the inside left channel, worked his way inside, kept really good control, good composure, and ended up with a cracking shot past the keeper to win the game and give all 3 points to the Magpies. This was no end of season affair. It was an exciting game to watch with no little skill on both sides, and I think the points went to the right team in the end. Swindon keeper had about 3 or 4 wonderful saves, where I don't think Jason Harville really had a save to make apart from the goal, and those 2 wonderful goals at the end were enough to win it for any team. So well done to Magpies, and that takes our points total for the season up to 58, which is 3 better than we've ever achieved at this level before. So well done Steve Cuss and the boys. Next up for the Magpies, it's away at Wantage next Saturday, and then the final game of the season at home to Didcot the week after. But just before then, there's a reserves match here at home on Wednesday night at Cuthbury to Moneyfields, and it'd be good to see you all at one of those games. I'm joined by Steve Cuss after today's win over Swindon Supermarine. Steve, we left it late, but got there in the end.
Yeah, I like to think I'm always honest with the appraisals afterwards, and I just think if we'd have lost that today, it would have just been, how did that happen? Because we've dominated a game of football, the goalkeeper's made 4 great saves, we've hit the bar, and we find ourselves 1-0 down. But a bit of a grandstand finish there, 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, and we've probably got what we deserve. So delighted with the 3 points.
First half was a little bit scrappy on a pitch that really we could have done with some rain this week, couldn't we? What was your message to the lads at half time?
Yeah, it's been a message for the last few weeks really. It's about being consistent in our performance and keep going. It was tight, and what we didn't want to do was find ourselves having to chase the game and be 1-0 down. So we did that, and we had to do it. So, that was the most frustrating thing this afternoon, because I think that they had 1 shot and scored the second half. So, but we need to be a bit more ruthless at 0-0, I think, in games, and go and keep doing the right things, getting on top. But it wasn't certainly for the lack of effort. The amount of shots that we had on goal in the second half, we deserved to go in the lead, but we had to leave it late to win.
Yeah, you left Luke Holmes out of the starting 11 this week. Was that just because he'd had a lot of football recently?
Yeah, he's been away all week, and obviously wasn't in the squad for Monday's game. We think a lot of Luke, and he's currently trialling with a few different clubs, and he's got another game midweek at another pro club. So, he'll continue to do that, but he gave us that little spark when he come on, and it was a special kind of goal at the end. His little step over, cut inside, and finish it was a great way to win the game.
Well, let's talk about the goals, because the first one, and we talk about Mark Gamble, but he is an absolute class act, and that was as good a goal as you'll ever see at this level.
I think if you put this little DVD together of his goals, they are something special. And a couple of seasons he's been here, and that was right up there. It was a great win. I think that's from John Blake. It's a winner, won the header at the far post, and it's dropping, with Mark facing, back to goal, and the skill to be able to overhead kick it and beat the goalkeeper was fantastic. So, when that went in, it was almost like just relief for me, really, rather than celebrate the goal, because it was like, we deserved that, but to go on and win it was great.
Yeah. And Luke Holmes' winner, 91 minutes. What struck me about it was the composure that he had on the ball for such a young lad. You might have been tempted into shooting early, but no, he held on to the ball, beat a man, gave himself a bit more space, and then lovely finish.
Yeah, I was glad we got that, because we had the opportunity to, we pushed James Stoker up front to get the equaliser, and Billy was in midfield. We were leaving ourselves a little bit open at the back, and I thought, well, we'll leave it. We'll see if we can get the winner. And when Luke's got that, he loves being in that inside left position, because he can come in and like you say, he's got that tight control, and the defenders can't tackle him there. If they tackle him, there's a chance it might be a penalty. So once he gets in those areas, it's a real promising area for us. And fortunately, in his earlier spell with us, he hasn't been able to score the goals. He's been really unlucky, but that's great now that he's got a couple of goals for us, and that was a great finish.
Yeah. 2 games to go, and we've hit 58 points, which is 3 points better than we've ever achieved at this level in our history, so congratulations on that. Looking back over the season, you must be pleased.
Yeah. I think we will be. I think I was talking beforehand and saying that there's been a couple of crucial moments in the season where we didn't quite push on, but when you sit down and reflect on a season that's brought the biggest points haul that the club has ever had at this level of football, and reached the first round of the FA Trophy on top of that as well, it's been a great season. It's been done with a very small squad, and near enough the same amount of players each week. So the players deserve all the credit for that, because they've worked hard week in, week out to get us into those positions, to get these points and have the cup run. So, I'm delighted with the season, but all credit to the players. They've achieved that.
2 more games to go, away at Wantage next Saturday, and then home to Didcot in the final game. Any injury worries that you know about it?
Yeah, we're just nursing everybody through a little bit. It's that stage of the season. We should be okay, and hopefully, we'll have a clear week again. We'll have a fully fit squad.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does. When you've got a clear week and you can work on what you want to play like and give people a rest, people can go again next Saturday. So, hopefully we'll be ready to go again and see if we can pick up some more points.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.